Anyone familiar with Mid-Coast Maine knows that the inshore waters are dotted with islands. Lots of islands, some large, others just a half acre in size. What many people don't realize is that many of these islands are open to the public as part of the Maine Island Trail, which extends from Kittery to the Canadian border.
The Maine Island Trail was very much started as kind of a grassroots organization by a number of individuals in the state of Maine who really recognized all the islands up and down the coast as this kind of resource that no one was necessarily had the ownership of taking care of it. And so they started forging the path to what the trail is today. And it started with just the state-owned islands that were public anyway, so they all got put on the trail like right off the bat in the late 80s. And slowly they started approaching private landowners and other kind of conservation organizations asking if they wanted to also include their land on the trail. And since then, like I said, I think it was 30, I want to say it was 30 islands. That was kind of the first year that MITA published the guidebook, and now there are over 240 sites along the trail. So it's really been kind of an exponential growth, and people have really seen the value in keeping these places public and opening them up for public use. And it's a wonderful resource to the people of Maine.
I explored a small portion of the Maine Island Trail with Christina Hassett and two of MITA's many volunteers, Tim and Ellen Catcham. We met at the Colwell boat ramp adjacent to the Isle of Haut ferry terminal and loaded our gear into a pair of MITA's aluminum skiffs, then headed into the archipelago of islands south of the Deer Isle thoroughfare. Whether you want to picnic on the beach or camp overnight, the Maine Island Trail system is open to all comers. In other words, you don't need to be a member, although donations to MITA are always appreciated. Our first stop was Rock Island, which features an inviting sandy beach and is a fairly short distance from the mainland. As such, it's popular among day trippers and makes a good destination for novice kayakers.
We just got to Rock Island, and this is one of those sites, MITA sites, that I mentioned before. It's actually owned privately by a private owner, but we've kind of cultivated this relationship, and they've agreed to open it up for public use, and then MITA kind of takes on the burden of stewardship. So we get volunteers out here, and we clean the beaches, and we maintain the campsite and the trails, and then folks come out, and I mean, we just had some folks who were using it when we got here.
And we scared them off.
Yeah, they're not here anymore, but yeah, people come out and camp. It's kind of a stone's throw away from Stonington,
right?
And so it's really accessible.
And this beach is spectacular, man. Look at this thing. It's a beautiful
spot. Yes, it's very kind of quintessential Merchant Row.
Yeah, I'm tempted to go swimming, except that water feels like it's like 50 degrees.
A little cold, a little windy today, but yeah, we can go, take a little walk, and I can show you the campsites and the trails, and it's a beautiful spot.
Well, let's do that.
So when we come out here to maintain the islands, a lot of the trail work will bring out, we have some power tools, weed whackers and equipment like that, but a lot of hand tools, which is nice when you get a big group, everyone can kind of have a tool with them. And then additionally, there are some islands that have, miles and miles of trails, and from year to year, there can be a lot more trail work, trees down, and we actually have a pretty robust group of volunteers that have been chainsaw certified, and will come out with chainsaws, and we're able to kind of clear the trails in ways that maybe the owner is not able to do themselves, so it's a real resource for them as well. Although MITA is a membership organization, you don't have to be a member of MITA to use these islands, and I think that's also kind of the beauty in it. And if you have a boat, if you have a safe way to get out here, all the owners, be it state or private, have consented to welcome everyone out to the island. So I grew up on the coast of Maine in Yarmouth, and spent a lot of time by the water. We had a powerboat growing up, but I kind of got interested into other ways of getting out on the water, and actually did an apprenticeship at a boat building shop in Maine once I got out of college, and built a cedar strip kayak, and I paddled the trail myself. It was a remarkable trip. being able to get out on the trail anywhere is just such a joy. This area is particularly beautiful with, the granite, and it has just such a multitude of islands. It's really like a paradise.
Visitors to any of the Maine Island Trail islands are reminded to pay close attention to the tides. This is critical. Fail to anchor your craft properly, and you may find yourself marooned until you can flag down a passing lobsterman. Also, take care to set up your tent well above the high tide line, or you might be in for a cold, soggy wake-up call in the middle of the night. As night fell on Steve's Island, our crew boiled up a big pot of seawater and feasted on local lobster, corn on the cob, and potatoes. A true Maine-made meal, and a fitting end to my most excellent Stonington adventure. Thank you for watching. For more exclusive video content, including short films, episodes, and features, be sure to click the subscribe button. And look for us on social media at Explorer New England Films.